It's qmap.pub. So these are all of the posts that QAnon has done. Refresh. No, nothing new. But I want to go down here on the side. I'm going here down to sealed indictments. 52,295 sealed indictments. An indictment is an accusation. It could be against one person or many people. But at any one time, you may have 100 across the country. One over here, one over here, one over here. Any one time, 100 or 200. We have 52,000. Plus, there's 4,200 of them, 4,230 that have been unsealed already, and 70,995 non-sealed. Those are just regular indictments. These are accusations. So, if you want to, look and see, this is basically by state, right? Districts, 41 in Alabama, in the district of Middle District of Alabama, right? In August and in July and June. So you can see all of them here. Human trafficking. So these are just reports about what's been going on. There's one arrest here, August 30th. Rick Crawford was his name, in a child sex case. Former NASCAR driver Rick Crawford found guilty. Right, here's 68 arrested, multiple. So 68 arrested at one time, and here's 473 arrested. Right. More than 450 arrests in a national sex buyer sting in 84 in Illinois. And on and on and on and on, right? There's 8 pages of those going on and on, sex trafficking. So this is stuff that's, when Trump took office, within 90 days, he already had arrested 3,600 pedophiles. You don't just do that when you take the first job unless you already had it planned out. They knew what they were going to do when Trump got in office from day one. And it's been a military operation from the day Trump actually agreed to run for the for office. Every step along the way, organized by the US military to get rid of these traitors. Not just traitors, these evil Cabalists. They're doing such horrible thing to our children, and they're trying to normalize it. They're trying to normalize cannibalism. They're trying to normalize sex with children. They're trying to confuse everybody as to sexual orientation. Why is this like a mystery? You're born either a man or a woman, and in a 1 out of 10 million, someone may be born with 2 sets of genitalia. Those people may have a real legitimate issue. Everyone else is being manipulated. Sorry to say. You can decide what you want to do with your life, but you're being manipulated. The whole society has been. Everything that you think is a left or right issue, a conservative or a liberal issue, it's all designed to tweak you and make you fight another side. Keep everyone at odds against everyone else. Here's another section. This is resignations. Over the last 6 months, there's been I think nearly 4,000 resignations. Oh, September 9th. These are new, right? Executive in Turkey, right? Resigned. Now, let me say resignation. When you retire from your job in a government position or, as a corporate executive, You retire out of, you've been there for 30 years and it's time for you're done. You don't want to work anymore. You resign because you have a medical issue, and that happens 100 times in a year for these major positions in the world. We had 4,000 people in 6 months resign. Why? They were given a choice. If all you did for the cabal was about money and you didn't harm anybody, you had the opportunity to leave your position, resign by this date, and go into the sunset. You would have electronic monitoring. You're going to be tried. You probably already were. These 4,000 people already probably went through some sort of trial. Military tribunal. And they were already told, all right, you resign and you're going to be monitored the rest of your life, but you'll live. If you harm someone, if you were involved with harming children, cannibalism, torture, you were either going to die by firing squad or you're going to die by lethal injection. And you get the lethal injection if you cooperate. If you don't cooperate or your crimes are so heinous, you're getting the firing squad. And this is what's going on right now. Executive CBS officially steps down as CEO of CBS. Come on. CBS, one of the main media giants, CEO just stepped down today. Riot Blockchain CEO John O'Rourke is out. Interim CEO is taking his place. Also yesterday. I don't know who Riot Blockchain is, but they're stepping down. Ripple executive, whoa. General counsel steps down. Republican Party, Beaver County. Oh wow, I know that area.
I see the one in Angola as well, and they're currently busy with him and his daughter. They squandered some capital within that state, so the case is still on.
Yeah, again, if it's having to do with only money or power related issues or nothing to do with harming anybody physically, you got to step down, but you're going to be monitored the rest of your life. You're part of the cabal. You're part of this treason against not just the country of the United States, but it's really treason against humanity. Look at these people. Tesla, executive at Tesla, United Farm Workers, South African Civil Institute of Engineering.
I can see that, yeah.
Tesla again. Economic Advisory Council. Someone in China. Anyway, but these are executives that are stepping down all of a sudden. Look, executives. This is only the last week. Yeah, let's look at this analytics. Again, this site is very good. qmap.pub. So this is basically looking at right now. What is this? This is resignations. So this is starting September of 2017. See how they start to incline. 68 that month, 98 that month, 137 that month. It's going up dramatically this month, right? So that's December of last year. So 277, 437, 483, 451, 406, 481. Peaking here in June, 625 people resigned in June. July, 551. August, 410. So we're right here in the beginning of September. We're 132. Where is it going to end up? Why are these people resigning? Human trafficking arrests. Look at this. Going back into January 2017, when Trump took office. No, he's in 2016. And this is so that was actually 2016. The 2017. No, let's see. No, that's right. This is the beginning. So this is when Trump took office. You can see this is the human trafficking arrests. I don't know where the 3,600 people arrested were. Maybe this is under a different category. So let's see, go back to, so here's executive orders, right? So Trump's doing executive orders, right? So things, so he's moving things into place. So sealed indictments. So look what's happening to sealed indictments. A complete ramp up. They're cleaning, draining the swamp. That's what this is called, draining the swamp. Post. So this is the QAnon post. So you can see how much posting is being done by QAnon. You know. Executive orders, resignations, graph. What's this network graph? So global themes. This is something to look at. This is what they're going. This is the topics that QAnon covers, right? The Fed and banking, the black vote, DNC hacked by Seth Rich leaks, 9/11 and Bin Laden, right? Bloodlines, wives and husbands, Democrats, airplanes, border security, the wall, election integrity and rigging, Hillary and servers, Canada, China, Armenia, Antifa, Nazism, Asia, China, Epstein's Island. This is the temple. This is where they would act. This is the tunnels that are underneath this location that have the children there. That the people just released the photos of the workers that were sent there to close down the tunnels. There's still people in them. European Union, CIA, boom. Boom is when something they have something that's major happening. They say, boom, they got them, back. Big pharma, right? Going after the vaccines that are killing people. Executive orders, DC swamp in the state. That's one page. So these are the things that are covered. This is what they're cleaning up. What happened in Haiti, how much money was sent to Haiti and it was all stolen away by the Clintons, the Clinton Foundation. Say, look, JFK and Reagan and Trump, look at the three presidents that are not in the cabal. False flag attacks, Five Eyes. This is, how the cabal is spying on everybody on the planet, where one country spies for the other countries that can't spy on their own citizens, but they let the other countries spy on the citizens for them. Las Vegas, Holy See, and the Vatican. Again, where is the money? What is this all about? They're talking about the pedophile priests. They're talking about the satanic worship inside the Vatican. And what is happening is the destruction of the Catholic Church. It's designed to be destroyed by this Pope so that they can replace it with a world religion. That's why they're tearing it down. ISIS, France, Inspector General, Germany, MK Ultra, mind control. How did that work? But they have machines that can plant ideas in people's heads, whisper in their ears. Yeah, MS-13, these gangsters, Iran, Huma Muslim Brotherhood. How the ISIS was created and funded by the Cabal, under the direction of John McCain and Hillary and Obama. NASA and SpaceX, Red Cross, the plan, right? Trust the plan. QAnon has been repeatedly saying they've won the battle before it started. Everything has been planned out. Trust them. Trust the plan. They're giving us all the evidence along in all these Q posts. They even said John McCain was going to die 30 days prior to him dying, but they didn't say it that he's going to die. They showed a picture of John McCain with his hands up like this and made some comments about it. And the time posting of that was made, and that time that was posted was the time of death of John McCain 30 days later. They're implying, and all the digging from all of the anons of what's been going on is showing that John McCain was picked up probably for over the last year, because he's been out of the camera view. No one's been seeing him. And they said he had cancer, but really he was picked up for treason. He was sentenced, and he actually turned against the Cabal and turned over evidence. And so they were giving him lethal injection. And so he went not on his own terms. He was a traitor. But they said, you turn over all the evidence and we will let you go with all the pomp and circumstance of the hero that everyone thinks you are. And who showed up at his funeral was the Bushes, the Clintons, and the Obamas. Trump did not go to that funeral. And after the funeral, the Trump, Obama, and Clintons, Bushes, they all met in what is called a SCIF. The Secret Service had to put it together. A SCIF is a special area designed to not allow, it's a secure area so that they can talk in private. And they got together and they did this. And so Q is saying, oh, well, who's paying for this? They have 12 hotel rooms around the SCIF that they put up by the Secret Service. Oh, interesting color scheme of the room. Too bad they shut the curtains. So they were watching them and probably listening to, and they didn't have a secure area. But they met. These are Kabbalists. They are working to destroy America and the world and make it into one world dictatorship, a new world order with one religion. Create a big war of all the races and all of the religions and all of the peoples of the world, and then they swoop in with a big boot and lock down everybody and say, here's your new religion, and everyone's going to do this, and you're going to go work here, and there is no more freedom, there is no more capitalism, there is no more anything other than serfdom. Everyone is a slave. And they don't need 2/3 of us, so they kill us off in this process of this worldwide calamity. They're going to destroy 2/3 of the people. Evil people. Evil people. Culture of corruption, resignations, NSA, no such agency. Marine National Guards, McLean, Virginia, North Korea, Rothschilds, the Great Awakening. The Great Awakening is what Q is all about. It's waking up the people. They cannot go to the mainstream media, so they have to get the people by following the government and excited about finding out and proving that Q is really who he says, that he's an insider and has this information, and that we're winning this war, and they're showing us how. When Trump went to a very big rally in Indiana a week ago, last Saturday, not this Saturday, but the previous Saturday, Q was giving blow by blow turning off the CIA supercomputers. They have 7 supercomputers that were named after the Snow White 7 dwarfs, you know, happy, grumpy, sleepy, dopey. They turned them off one at a time. And gave blow by blow. Okay, this one is offline. Snow White 3 is offline. Snow White 1 is offline. Blow by blow. And then there was corroborating websites. Government websites are saying, what's going on? Our systems are offline. This is dangerous. Showing that they have the power to do this. And this is when Air Force One was in the air is when they were turning these off, because there was some big plan that they were disrupting, and they were also, I believe, moving gold, because Wednesday Trump signed to make the USNs, United States notes, and to make them gold backed. And then on the weekend, Trump goes in the air, and all the military aircraft are in the air at that time, like never before. Everybody is off the ground as a show of force, and they turned off the supercomputers, and then they turned off the satellite systems. 2 satellite systems blinded the cabal. The CIA could not use their systems anymore. This is going on now. This is deep. Satanic cults. Pedogate. Hello, Obama. You know, first time I heard that Michelle Obama was a man was when I went to meet with Emily Lau. And one of the tips there, we were talking, and he said Obama came to ask them for an account, as they wanted, he wouldn't have access to these accounts. And Obama said no. Next, like a month later, Michelle came and visited and asked. And then he said, Michelle is a man. I said, what? Then I did some research afterwards, and there was, yeah, Michelle is a man. So Obama's gay.
So that's...
Yes? Lawrence, I don't hear you now. Okay. Well, I'm going to, I don't hear you right now, but I'm going to read this about Q right here. Q Clearance Patriot, QAnon, or simply Q, is a group of patriots in the military intelligence / NSA with access to all the information, including top secret and secret restricted data. Q serves at the pleasure of the President Trump and is leading the storm, the Great Awakening worldwide. Q leverages anonymous internet boards, the Chans, to divulge the biggest insider-approved intel drops in the history of the world. These anonymous boards were selected as a single communication channel to spread the message because they could not be controlled or censored like the social media platforms. Q posts cryptic crumbs that hold key information, key to future events and unraveling of the corruption and evil that is everywhere. These crumbs are fully understood by watching the news cycle and seeing the events unfold. Q has made many predictions of future events that are undeniable proofs. Likewise, there is clear pattern of communication and coordination between Q posts and POTUS tweets. POTUS meaning President Trump. Q and patriotic Anons, Anons means anonymous people, are working together to rid the world of evil and corruption, and it is working. The storm is picking up speed as we see politicians stepping down, CEOs resigning, sealed indictments, child trafficking arrests, house cleaning in FBI, DOJ, and DOS, booming U.S. economy, North Korean peace, Saudi Arabian arrests, Iran revolution, and much more. So that's what Q is all about, right? So we are in it right now. This is the time that the world is going to see what evil we've been under and why things never made sense, why we couldn't make a difference no matter how good we were and how much we tried to do our best for everyone, why there's no money in the world, why is it so difficult right now. They've made it that way on purpose. They haven't allowed any money to flow for years now, since Obama's, since actually the Bushes were in office. They've started cutting back on the money, and they turned it down to such a trickle that it's only basically vapor at this point. Now it's all cheap. So that's all about Q. I'll go through the last page here about the topics: Secret Service, steel industry, tarmac, the UK MI6. Oh, when they were turning off the CIA's computers, you know what they also turned off? They turned off MI6, the military. The Secret Service of England. They cut off their intelligence from us because they're the ones that are behind the money side, right? Rothschild side. They control that piece. Secure Drop, Stinger, Wiener Laptop, Chills, Fake Media. I don't know this person. Strokes Page Text, Syria, social media tech giants. There we go. So these are all the topics that are all being covered. So this is what we are in the process of dealing with. This is now. We're talking about global currency reset. We're talking about getting rid of evil around the world, but it is a battle. And this election cycle in America is supremely important because it is a last stand. But that's why all this information about everything going on with the Cabal is coming out. The arrests are going to happen. And everyone is going to basically see the evil before they go to the polls. So we're going to look at these next 6 years of routing the whole Cabal, but we're going to be bringing about a lot of abundance. Humanitarian projects are going to flow, right? But keep in mind, the Cabal is not giving up. But the good thing about one thing, they created the NSA to gather everybody's information. And I don't like it one bit. But the good guys have all that information and they're going to use it against the Cabal. And I hope after they've done that, they get rid of all of it. And if it's 10 years from now, I just hope that we're not, okay, good, they did good with it. Let's let them keep that power. I don't think that anyone should have that power. But right now it's being used by the good guys. Thank God. Thank God Almighty. Because this is the time when we have, a Cyrus coming to the rescue to destroy the Babylonian kings that were oppressing everybody. Trump is the new Cyrus. So we're in this right now, and it's a great time to be alive. We have a lot of positive things to do, but we're going to be going through some very ugly stuff right now. And it's horrible that we have to go through this, but we have to do it. We have to know, and everyone has to be awake to the evil that was there. We look at like the movies like the Empire Strike Back, Star Wars, right? And all those where you have the evil empire and how it worked in the shadows. And they conspired and they made an army of clones and they made an army of robots and then they got them to fight. Right? All so that they can create a situation of a war so that the emperor, the great evil emperor, can come up and make the first galactic evil empire. Ha 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 ha, right?
In some of the parts were now removed. Some of the parts that were there before on Star Wars. Currently,
They've taken them out?
Yeah, some of the parts were taken out.
Well, I know some people with some Blu-ray discs that probably will have the originals out there, so they're not gone. I know a lot of collectors. You know, those were very famous movies. So, you know, but now, you know, we're in the part where we are the Jedis. We are the ones that are actually acting to overturn the evil empire. It's happening now. So do your part. Spread this video, please. Copy the link. Put it on your Facebook. Ask people to share. Ask people to subscribe. Ask people to like it. Ask people to do the research. Ask people to vote. Ask people to get involved. This is the time. We never had power before. We have an ally. Finally, there's something is happening. This is the time that we can actually make a move. We can find where the evil is in every place in the world and rout it out. Put it into the light of day. All right, thank you, and I'll see you again soon.